Hi Sagittarius, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your weekly tarot reading for the week of January 17th to the 23rd, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. And I want to remind you, as always, this is a general weekly read, so just take what resonates and don't stress over what doesn't. But I do want to remind you to stick with me till the very end of the reading for an answer to your yes or no question. So remember to think of it along the way. But the message I received for you overall for the week is this is the way, follow me. This is the way, follow me. And also to mention, to wrap up this intro, oddly enough, that was oddly put is what I meant. The song of the week that was chosen for you on Shuffle was Wild One by Faith Hill. Wild One by Faith Hill. Let's aim on down and pull some cards. All right, let's start off by pulling a message from the Halloween Oracle deck. For Sagittarius to begin for the 17th to the 23rd of January. To begin this weekly read. Interestingly enough, you could feel very split or torn where to put your energy, your resources this week, your attention. But we do have acceptance and equality flying to the left for one reason or another. I feel as if you'll accept that message and digest it without me explaining it. We are choosing this or accepting this for the overall message, the first message, protection, jack-o'-lantern. You're lighting the way in a way that people almost don't know if they should accept. You might be coming off a bit odd or a bit, I'm going to just say it, creepy this week. For one reason or another, even if you don't mean to. It could have to do with your spiritual connection. You're being reminded you're very protected, but you're very much so reminding other people you're protected. Sagittarius cares about you, so I've got you. You're protected when it comes to where to go, how to do this. When it comes to me being very concerned about you, I got you. You're protected. Some may not fully believe it or even be willing to open up to that protection or guidance, but you're giving it regardless. Okay? I just heard you have a wild heart, let it flow. A wild heart, let it flow. And so much love and assistance and guidance to give. Okay, flying out, we have 2. Ease your mind, there's no need to stress. Ease your mind, there's no need to stress. Just providing you the random messages that are coming in as I shuffle. We're aiming for 5 here for this weekly. Okay. You're beginning the week right off the bat before I even finish pulling the last one right from the top, stressing over money. I'm already getting that. You're feeling very much focused on your craft, your work, maybe even other people's crafts, or one main one. It just feels like you are overly concerned or just very intrigued in one way, shape, or form. You may feel like someone else who's paving the way is someone you feel they need to pave the way for, right? Trying to have a leader follow you. Very interesting. But all the meanwhile, with the 5 of Pentacles to begin the 5-card spread, you're stressed over money. But it's like you're not coming off super stressed for one reason or another. There's a reason why recently certain people look to you in the midst of chaos or struggle or just uncertainty and just needed you to be there, right? Or needed your advice or needed your, I just heard simplicity. And for someone who's considered just kind of a wild card, to be viewed or just mentioned in a simplistic light, I feel like that's a compliment, right? Or at least you'll take it that way. Some of you maybe not so much, but regardless, you're being viewed as somebody who has what it takes to lead, or just what it takes to comfort somebody when need be. Just keep that in mind when you feel the need to overstress for somebody, or kind of gear that stress in their direction out of concern or just wanting to help. But with the 5 of Pentacles, again, there's no need to stress over your money. There's no need to stress over somebody else's. It just feels like your concern for money is, I'm seeing it like for you, of course, for your situation, your family, however it works for you, and then it just gears out, it goes out towards other people, and it's like, breathe. It's a very contagious concern to have, and you have to remember that you do communicate with the universe when it comes to money, and if you sort of fear it, the lack of which, you don't attract it as easily. All right, something to keep in mind. You may also feel like there's one particular situation where you don't fit in, or one connection. It's only for some of you. With the Princess of Pentacles, you will find yourself being pushed to naturally moving forward. Take a fresh perspective on your money, on money in general. To remember that it's okay to admit that you need to take a beginning healthy perspective, a new perspective, and on money, to understand that relationship can be developed moving forward. And by that I mean your relationship with money. We all have it, right? So think about your relationship with your significant other, or just certain friends. If you wish for that to continue moving forward, you have to understand that sometimes you have to redevelop it or revisit it, or just sometimes both, or somebody needs to adjust their perspective, right? So it's the same thing for money. Feeling like, at least for a big chunk of the week, if more like half of it for some of you, it's on your mind way too much, even when someone else is talking to you about a very significant or important subject. Something to keep in mind. All right? Odd wording given. Money is just on your mind. All right? Try not to overthink all the meanwhile, just in general. With the King of Swords, you are pushed to remember how wise you are, male or female. You're pushed to remember how feisty you can also be. All right? You're pushed to remember how effective that sword can be used in productive ways. All right? You're being viewed in a very mature light, but there's also other people in your midst who you're very proud of for being mature, even if you don't think so at times. There's more maturity behind the scenes than you realize. There's part of you that feels the need to put on guard, yourself on guard, put on this armor in order to protect yourself, your loved ones, other people. A consistent message in your reading, Sag. Put it off. Put it off. Interesting. That could mean more so if you feel the need to get things accomplished too much this week. Put it off. Don't stress it. It's okay to delay it if it's not super timed, or if it's not like required right off the bat to be, fulfilled. But also just take off that armor. Don't stress yourself. Don't stress others. Just take a deep breath through. Remember how much you do affect the energy in the air all the meanwhile. You could be coming off very icy at times this week, side by side with this protection card, Jack-o'-lantern card. A little bit icy, but a little bit sort of creepy all the meanwhile. And it's like, I don't mean to, I just have a lot going on. Your dreams, your spiritual connection could be affecting things, your thoughts at the very, very least, all right? Your stresses, your fears. You're a very complex individual that needs to just simplify things in order to move forward. Certain things are out of your control this week when it comes to what you deal with behind the scenes, or what other people are going through, even if you want them to be in your control. And so there's a need to simplify your mind so you can feel more balanced, at ease, grounded, given other people do look to you, I feel the need to say, for a level of groundedness or just simplicity. So be there for them in that sense, as you will remind them, even if it's in a feisty manner at times. I got you. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. It's a very, I'll do it myself, but just follow me, I'll show you how. Wow, as that came up very feisty. And so one sword following the next. So one feisty moment following the next, or one issue resolved following one issue that needs to be resolved, is how you're viewing things, right? Or one sort of frustration after the next. Just breathe, all right? It just feels like you are sending vibes out that you will be a trendsetter moving forward, but you don't want to show other people that that's the way to do it. But you are just trying to cope with one issue, one obligation, one obstacle that just pops up one after another at times. You're just trying to do your best, I get it. But with the Ace of Swords, I also just heard Ace of Wands. You feel the need to, or you get this push, this inclination to put your sword in other habits of yours, right? All the meanwhile, to reassess, but in a simplistic manner, not an overthinking manner. to at the very least put a sword in throughout the week in your stresses over money that will, in the second half of the week, I feel the need to say, pop up time to time. You may even find yourself, oddly enough, convincing someone that you normally would agree with them for stressing over their money, convincing them not to. And it's like, well, see, yeah, you just helped them in a huge way. And then watch them get an immense amount of improvement in their income after that. Okay? Manifestation is truly a thing. So focus on the right, focus on the true, and focus on the positive. That was beautiful. You may find that you're a poet without meaning to throughout the week. Some of you spirits speaking through you, as you know, I just was. But anyways, Princess of Pentacles being aligned, you're pushed to just, again, pave the way in a fresh manner. People view you as a young soul, or for some of you, it's more so as an old soul willing to take a fresh perspective. And therefore, it's like, well, damn, if Sagittarius is willing to have that flexibility, that maturity in that sense, then I can too. Again, you're a leader. The Three of Wands to wrap up the spread. And so it's the end of the week especially, but just the week in general, where you're feeling ready to go. At times you're not, sure, but it just feels like the changes, the developments, the realizations, the confirmations that you're a leader, that you have it going on, that you're wise, that you are looked to for that level of protection in one way or another, leaves you motivated. It leaves you realizing what's going to take place moving forward, at least to a certain extent. Some of you just expecting your ships to come in, expecting your loved ones' ships to come in, and that will take place moving forward. And it's this level of confidence in that just is feeling newly found for a lot of you, and may shock a certain level of people. But all the meanwhile, everything has led up to this, and it's going to transform the upcoming weeks in a beautiful manner. All right, let's pull a moon magic card or two. I don't know why I just got a little bit emotional. I just feel like you're so damn proud of certain people and so damn happy that certain things have worked out better than you almost would have expected in the past, even if they're new struggles. Okay. For Sagittarius, I accept for renewal and delight in fresh starts. Beautiful. And what else do we have? I will persist, my will is strong. Nobody ever doubted that, and if they did, they were just not very intelligent, were they? I know myself deeply, and I find myself worthy, for sure. One more to wrap this up. Life is, oh, we're not taking that one. That one's just negative. I choose to nourish myself and enrich my life. Keep that in mind as you move forward throughout the week, okay? And if you haven't already, take a moment to think of your yes or no question. As well, I seek balance and grounding. Absolutely. For Sagittarius. Alrighty, we're getting a strong yes for you for your question. That's definitely a positive, I can tell. So I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you'd like to book a personal reading, the options are down below. Excuse me as I struggle. Just reach out via email. I hope you have an amazing week. Sending you so much love and light, and I'll definitely see you next time. Bye, Sag.